My name doesn't matter anymore. Once I was a man full of pride, fire, and arrogance. Now I'm just a cleaner in a factory. No one here knows my past, not even the young man I work for, my own son. Yes, I clean the floor under my son's feet every morning. I see him walk past me in his expensive suit, his watch gleaming under the factory lights, his face filled with confidence and strength. And every time I see him, my chest tightens with love, pride, and unbearable pain. Because he doesn't know that the man sweeping the dust before him is his father. When I was young, I was everything a man shouldn't be. I was reckless, wild, and addicted, not just to alcohol or drugs, but to every pleasure that could destroy a soul. I thought freedom meant doing whatever I wanted. I had good parents, good surroundings, but bad friends. And bad friends are like termites. They don't destroy you all at once. They eat your character slowly, silently, until nothing is left. And yet even someone like me was loved. She loved me, my wife, a gentle, decent girl from a respected family. She went against her parents to marry me because she believed love could change me. But love alone cannot fight addiction. I tried to stop. I truly did. There were nights she cried beside me, begging me to promise her that I'd leave that poison forever. I promised, and broke that promise every time. It wasn't that I didn't love her. It was that I was too weak to love her the way she deserved. One night, I was sitting with my so-called friends, lost in smoke and laughter, when one of them, a man with evil shining in his eyes, said, "Why waste our lives begging for money? Let's do something big. Let's rob the jeweler's shop tonight. One night's work, and we'll be rich forever." We were all drunk. In our twisted state, it sounded like the best idea in the world. I said yes. That night, I walked with them through the silent streets, my mind half dead from drugs. The sound of breaking glass still echoes in my ears. The fear, the madness. We took everything: gold, cash, jewels. And when it was time to divide it, greed consumed me. I took the biggest share and went home, staggering, clutching the stolen treasure like a fool. I fell asleep, dreaming of riches. I woke up to sirens. The police were at my door. My wife was terrified. She had no idea what was happening. But the stolen gold was still in my room. There was no escape. They dragged me to the police station, and there I saw my friends too, all caught. Someone had seen us that night, told the police everything. In court, I stood there like a dead man. The judge's voice sounded distant when he said, 15 years in prison. My wife cried out once, a sound that still haunts me, and then she was gone. Prison is a strange place. It kills time, dreams, and people slowly. In the first year, I still hoped to hear from her. Maybe a letter, maybe a visit, but no one came. I asked a guard to visit my old house, to see if she was there. He came back saying, "They're gone. Neighbors say she moved away." I didn't know where she went, or what happened to our baby. She was pregnant when I was arrested. I never even saw my son's face. That thought, the face of a child I never held, became my only prayer. I stopped smoking, stopped drinking, stopped everything. I let the pain cleanse me. In prison, I became a different man, quiet, broken, but sober. 15 years passed like a slow death. When I finally stepped out of those iron gates, the world had changed. Streets, buildings, faces, everything was new. Only my guilt was the same. I went to my old neighborhood. No one recognized me. The few who did quickly turned away, pretending not to. I went to my wife's family home, but they had moved long ago. No one knew where. For months I searched. Cities, towns, everywhere. But it was as if my wife and son had vanished from the earth. Eventually, hunger and exhaustion forced me to stop. I took a small job in a cafe, cleaning tables, washing cups. But standing all day made my legs ache. Prison had weakened my body. Then I moved to a car workshop as a cleaner. The pay was little, but it gave me food, a bed, and silence, the only things I needed. Years turned into decades. My hair turned white. My hands shook. But my mind never stopped thinking about them, my wife and my son. Would he look like her or like me? Would he know his father was a criminal? Or would he believe I was dead? Those spots were my only company. 30 years after that night, 30 long years, I was hired to clean in a large textile factory. It was a modern place, full of noise and young faces. One afternoon, while mopping near the office area, I saw her. I froze. She looked older, yes, but it was her. The same gentle eyes, the same walk, though her hair had turned gray. She was coming out of the owner's office, holding a file. And then I saw something that broke me again. The factory owner, a confident, well-dressed man in his 30s, kissed her hand respectfully and said, "Thank you, Mother." My heart stopped. Could it be? Was that my son? She turned, and our eyes met. For a moment, time itself seemed to stop. She knew me instantly. Tears filled her eyes. I dropped my broom and turned away, ashamed to be seen. But she came after me. She called softly, "Rashid, it's you, isn't it?" I couldn't look at her. My throat tightened. I only managed to ask, "Is he, our son?" She nodded, silently crying. I wanted to hug her, to shout, to fall to the ground, but I couldn't. I whispered, "Don't tell him who I am, please." She looked confused, but I continued. Let him think I died. Let him live with the belief that his father was a good man. Don't destroy the image you built for him. Don't let him know that his real father is just an old cleaner. She placed her hand on my shoulder and said softly, "I told him his father was a noble man, kind and honest, who passed away long ago. That's how he grew up, respecting your memory." I smiled weakly. Then let that memory live. I'm proud that you made him into someone better than I ever was. We both stood there silently, two ghosts of a broken past, reunited too late. A few days later, while I was cleaning near the main office, my son, the factory owner, saw me. He frowned slightly and said, "Mother told me you were bothering her. Are you asking for money?" Before I could speak, his mother stepped forward quickly and said, No, he wasn't bothering me. I was just giving him a little charity. He's an old man." Her eyes begged me not to speak. I lowered my head and murmured, "Yes, sir. Your mother is very kind." He handed me some money and said, "Here, old man, buy yourself something to eat." I took it with shaking hands. He smiled, the same smile his mother once had, and walked away. I looked at the money, then at his back, and whispered, "My son, may you never know the kind of pain your father lived through. May your hands stay clean, the way mine never were." That night, I sat alone in my small room behind the factory. I cried quietly, making sure no one could hear. Not because of shame, but because of gratitude. Gratitude that at least my son had grown into a good man, even if he would never know the truth. Every day I sweep the floor beneath his feet. Every day I watch him succeed, lead, and smile. And every day I hide the truth that I am the father who once failed him before he was even born. But maybe this is justice. Maybe this is how life repays debts that can never truly be repaid. I destroyed lives, now I clean them. I broke hearts, now I quietly serve the people I once would have hurt. And in that silence, I find a strange peace, because love, even unspoken, unseen, still exists between us. He doesn't know me, but I know him, and that's enough.
A man's biggest punishment is not always prison. Sometimes it's living long enough to realize the pain he caused and being unable to undo it. Bad choices can destroy everything we love, but redemption begins when we accept our mistakes and silently serve the good we once lost. Cherish your family, choose your friends wisely, and never let temporary pleasure steal permanent happiness.